Hey, welcome back to that God Power channel. This is the channel that we're going to unlock the God Power laying dormant on the inside of you. But first today, what we're going to do is we're going to continue breaking down the book of Genesis because we haven't finished that yet. We're only on chapter 12 out of like 50 something. However, the story is getting good. If you can remember last time we talked about Abram, when we introduced Abram from Terah, that family, and Abram's actually going to be the new main character that we're going to be following right now. So I think the rest of the stories, not the rest of the stories, but a good chunk of these stories in Genesis will be following Abram and seeing like some of the things he got into. So chapter 12 is not that long of a chapter, but it does introduce Abram in a more main character way. We just saw his origin story in chapter 11. So chapter 12, we're gonna learn about like, why is he important? Why is he even a main character, right? So it starts off with the Lord had said to Abram, leave your native country and your relatives and your father's family and go into the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you and make you famous, and you'll be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. All the families on the earth will be blessed through you. Now, this is a major thing that God is saying to him. All right, for one thing, a lot of people nowadays are like, well, you got to go to the devil to get famous. Well, clearly in the first book of the Bible, God's making people famous, bro. So you don't have to sell your soul to get famous, everybody. That's proof in chapter 12. Clearly it says that, like in words. Another thing is that Abram is receiving this blessing from God. Why though? We're about to find out. But why is he receiving, like, whoever, listen to this specific blessing. I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. Just listen to that and let's see God's promise as this plays out. But anyways, Abram, he listened to God, what God told him. He departed as the Lord instructed, and he went with him and Lot. It was Lot and Sarai. Now remember, Sarai is his wife and Lot is like his son, but it's not. It's his nephew. But his nephew's dad is dead, Haran. And so that's why Abram is taking care of Lot. So he departed and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all of his wealth. Now listen to his wealth, though. I didn't know Abram was like this, bro. Abram was balling. All his wealth, his livestock, all the people he had taken into his household at Haran, and he headed for the land of Canaan. The reason why I say he's wealthy is because he has people and livestock. I feel like in order to have livestock and people, you got to have some kind of wealth or something, influence or something. But anyways, he left out of Haran. All right, so it's him, Sarai, Lot. Not just them, but the servants or his people that he has with him, and his livestock, his animals. When they arrived in Canaan, Abram traveled through the land as far as Shechem. Then he set up camp beside the oak of the Moreh. At that time, there's an area that area was inhabited by Canaanites. Now, if we could remember back from a couple chapters when we were doing Ancestry.com, the Canaanites came from a specific place. And I don't know specifically off the top of my head, but I think they came from Ham's line, right? Because remember, Ham had a son named Canaan, Canaanites. So yes, that's where they came from. This is cool how we're now seeing the merging of all these different groups. This is Shem's line, and he's looking at, oh, that land's occupied by the Canaanites, which is Ham's line. Pretty cool. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, I will give this land to your descendants. And Abram built an altar there and dedicated it to the Lord who had appeared to him. So Abram starts to build altars to the Lord whenever the Lord appears to him and talks to him. And he's dedicating it, I'm guessing, to solidify the moment or to revere the moment, but I'm not sure why or what exactly is an altar and how easy is an altar to build. Is he just like stacking up rocks in like a house shape? Or is he like hammer and nail the fire and the melting and all this tar and stuff? Like, is he like working out there I don't know what an altar is. So, I mean, I do know what an altar is, but I don't know what the magnitude of the altars they're building are. But anyways, he dedicated it to the Lord and he left. After after that, Abraham traveled south and set up camp in the hill country with Bethel to the west and Ai to the east. There he built another altar and dedicated it to the Lord and worshiped the Lord. Then Abram continued traveling south by stages towards Negev. Now, again, he's building these altars like it's nothing, or according to the text, it seems like it's nothing. So I'm guessing these altars are not that complex. So listen to this. So when he gets down to Negev, or when he's going down to Negev, there's a severe famine that struck the land of Canaan, forcing Abram to go down to Egypt, where he would live as a foreigner. Now, he's in the countryside, and there's a famine, a terrible famine that struck. But Egypt is a big city or a big country, a big place where there's lots of wealth. And if you go there, you could ride out a famine. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. They got enough resources there. As he was approaching the border of Egypt, Abram said to his wife, Sarai, look, you are a very beautiful woman. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife? Let's kill him. Wait. Sarai must have been bad. Remember, these people are 75 years old, right? She must have been bad. If he forethought, these people are about to kill me because of you. I bet she thought that was the sweetest thing ever. He was like, yo, you're a beautiful woman now, but they're going to kill me because of you. So then he says, please tell them you are my sister. Then they will spare my life and treat me well because of their interest in you. And sure enough, when they arrived in Egypt, everyone noticed Sarai's beauty. When the palace officials saw her, they sang praises to Pharaoh, their king, and Sarai was taken into his palace. Abram had some forethought there, except he lied. He lied and said that was his sister. Why did he lie? Was he just, all right, so Abram's sitting here whole time trusting God, building altars to God. But when he gets to Egypt, something about him, he feels scared or something, and he decides to lie. And let's see how that lie works out for him, right? Does it work out good? So far, no, because his wife is taken into the palace. Then Pharaoh gave Abram many gifts, many gifts because of his wife. He gave her gifts like sheep, goats, cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels. But the Lord sent terrible plagues on Pharaoh and his household because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So, did it work out for Abram? I don't know. Remember, there is a famine going on. Although Abram just got a whole rack of stuff, he got servants, livestock, camels even. There was a plague that came on Egypt, right? And then Pharaoh summoned Abram and he accused him sharply. He was like, what have you done to me? Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why'd you say she's my sister and allow me to take her as my wife? Now then, here's your wife. Take her and get out of here. Pharaoh ordered some of his men to escort them, and he sent Abram out of the country along with his wife and his possessions. Like I said, Abram did receive some things in that, but did that lie really work out for him? Because he went to Egypt to flee the famine. Now he got kicked out of Egypt. So, I mean, the whole purpose of going there is defeated. Although you did leave with a little bit of extra spoils or whatnot, bro, you came there because there's a big famine. Then you decide to lie instead of trusting God like you were doing the whole time. You decide, I'm going to lie this time. I ain't going to trust God. I don't trust God in this situation. I'll lie. And then they kicked you out, man. So to me, that's how I saw the story. You know what I'm saying? I see that Abram is trusting God the whole time until it's a famine and he needs to go to Egypt. And now he decides, I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie because I'm scared. I'm scared that they're going to kill me because of you. He shouldn't have been scared. He should have faith, and he wrote it out. I bet he could have had more things in Egypt. But it's not about shoulda, coulda, wouldas in the Bible. It is about what it is. It is what it is. We learn from people's mistakes. So if you're in a situation where you're trusting God, don't stray off course and start lying because you're scared. That's not it. It's not gonna work out the best. Stick to the course, trust God, keep on building altars and praying. Praise God. That's what Abram has done up to this point. But we've just seen him fall. Every character in the Bible, every main character at least, will have faults. No one is perfect in the Bible except the only main character is Jesus. That's the only perfect character in the Bible. So Abram, we've seen some of his flaws. Next chapter, in chapter 13, we're going to break down the relationship between Abram and Lot. And we're going to see how I think they start to go. We'll see. I'm not going to tell you. I think there's some drama that comes up in the next episode, next chapter. So we're going to break it down soon. But other than that, I hope you learned something in chapter 12. I hope that this Bible readings is interesting and fun for you. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And other than that, just remember that you got that God power. On your heart, tugging on your